Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be playing UFC 5 and talking about burnout, my experience with burnout, how I manage it, and all stuff to do with that. I haven't really planned this out at all, so it's just going to be whatever comes to my mind about burnout, we're just going to say, and if you guys can relate to it, you might find it useful or whatever. But yeah, so for those of you who don't know, burnout is basically when you're mentally or physically drained and just burnt out doing a certain thing, or it could be many things, all depends. But a lot of people can get it with stress, school, exams, all that sort of stuff. Or you can just get it from stuff you do every day, sorts of things. All depends, or just mentally, you just get tired of it all. But my sort of experience with it is typically, growing up, didn't have no issue with it. But I didn't know as I got older, granted I'm only like 23, 22, so as I got older I noticed it became more, like, kind of more common for me. So if I was doing anything for multiple days or weeks on end, I would get burnt out of it and often give it up. But a lot of that did change once I started doing, well, since when I made this channel realistically, because I made the thing of doing a video every day, which I did used to have a channel a long time ago, and uploading every day was always a plan. Never worked out, because after a while I would miss a day and then I would just get burnt out from it, and then I wouldn't really upload again for at least another couple months. Which was the one thing with this channel, I didn't want to make that mistake. So I made sure to really get rid of all my, anything that caused me to burn out, I stopped doing. Which is also why on this channel I upload multiple different games, like I'm not playing this, because it just is a bit of a different thing. So, because obviously Skyrim is probably the main thing you come here for as well, realistically. And even though the game is great, if I was to only play that game, I'd have a very high chance of getting burnt out with it. But so because I play multiple different games a week, it's nowhere near as bad. I'm actually excited to go and play again, even though Skyrim probably wouldn't be too bad. But I do also like to keep it kind of fresh. But yeah, so that I find really helps is once you get all your things in place, you can basically stop yourself from ever getting burnt out, because you won't let yourself get to that point. But obviously I know some stuff you don't have as much control over, because with my channel I have full control over it. But one of the other things I would suggest is try and get exercise into your diet, not into your diet, into your lifestyle at some point, because that will really alleviate some of your mental fatigue. Will make you more tired though, but it typically has so many good benefits. You then end up having more energy to do other things. So that's one thing I really recommend. And also it's good for you in general, so why would you not? But there's all sorts of little things you can kind of do, but it only really matters when they all come together, is that's when you actually notice it. Because the other thing is how you manage your workload as well, because some people, especially people who are in school and stuff, what I used to do is I'd put off doing whatever I had to do then the night before, just cram it all in, get it all done, then I'd get burnt out from that, because I've done 2-3 weeks worth of work in a night, which is obviously is a lot, so it then burns you out. So trying to pace yourself and basically plan, the more you plan as well can also help. Because if you have everything planned out, you know what you're doing when you're doing it, and then you don't have to waste all that mental energy thinking about what you actually got to do. You've already got that pre-done, so I find that stuff always helps. But the main thing is just once you get the plan done, sticking to it, which then in itself is a challenge to begin with. So, but it's the sort of thing that the more you do it, the more used to it you get as well. So it's not too bad. But yeah, the other thing you can also try is just like pace yourself, but also if you can, like for instance with the videos I upload, if I feel myself getting a little bit burnt out, I will just record a couple of days while I do 2 videos, and then I don't have to do a video for a day, so I have like a full-on break from it. Because taking breaks is kind of, it's, when you feel burnt out, it's your body wanting a break from it, or your mind or whatever, so sometimes if you just have a little break, it's all good. But the main thing is to make sure you've actually got time to have a break, which is obviously the difficult bit. Because if you had time to have a break, you wouldn't be burnt out from it, would you? So, but here's something that if you plan ahead for, you can then schedule in some time to actually have a break. So, which is for instance like why I'm playing this, because Skyrim I could record on, but I've already done 2 videos today on it. At the same time I'm recording this one as well, so I thought I don't really want to play more Skyrim. So I figured it has been also a very long time since I've played UFC, so I figured we might as well come back to this game, because it's kind of one of my... It's really one game I do play on my downtime quite a lot. Just lately, I haven't really got around to it. And I'm currently getting battered as well, which is always fun. But yeah, it's the sort of thing, you just, once you get on top of it though, it seems kind of difficult to lose it. But then again, new stuff will crop up, but that'll probably then screw your plans up, and then you're back to square one. But it's that you can kind of get used to, and then once you learn to adapt to it, you're then alright. Yes, it's really close to being knocked out. But yeah, I mean, I have to be very careful with Burnout, because I do have quite a few underlying conditions, or not underlying, chronic conditions I should say. And with them, Burnout can hit me incredibly quickly. So I could be fine one day, next day, my energy is gone, I've got no I'm just burnt out from it all. So I have to make sure to really keep on top of it. And like I said, the ways I do this by exercise, pacing myself, all that sort of stuff. When you put it all together, it really helps. Also, getting sleep. One of the main mistakes I made, probably when I was younger as well, was I would never get like a good night's sleep. I'd often get like 3-4 hours sleep or whatever, mainly because I was often cramming the night before stuff, so if I was going to bed late, waking up early to go to school and stuff, and then I found I was always tired. The more tired you are, the less energy you have, the more you're going to feel burnt out, so it's kind of just an endless cycle that, which is obviously not good. Whereas now I always try and get a good night's sleep, exercise, eat well, then once you've got all that, that's going to give you all the energy you need to then be able to tackle whatever you got to tackle without getting yourself burnt out, hopefully. But yeah, burnout is always a tricky thing though, because it can literally just happen without you even realising it, which I find is the worst bit about it, because you can feel fine and then the next day you're just, I've got no energy for this. Or the other thing is also just try and have something that doesn't make you burn out. Whether that's like a game you enjoy playing or something that you can just do whenever you feel really burnt out. Play it for like an hour or something when you've got time for it. And then you can hopefully get yourself some more energy and then you'll be good. It's all just really keeping stuff balanced, which is a lot of life stuff, to be honest. Like if you got everything balanced, you're pretty in a good position, so obviously easier said than done, but with time though, you can learn the balance and then stuff's not as bad. The other thing I did also want to talk about is one of the things that also really helps me with burnout is honestly anyone who comments on my videos, likes my videos, any of that stuff, because there's been a few days where burnout's kind of gotten to me a little bit, or I just haven't felt the energy, and often I see people's comments and that really like helps get me like in the mood to do videos, I'll say. So every time you guys comment, like, whatever, just even watch my videos or enjoy them, just know it does actually mean a lot and does actually really help me. But yeah. Also, keeping consistent does also help, because I'm not sure if this is only a me thing or if this is common with other people. I've never really seen it, people speak about it, but I don't know. Because I find if I do something one day, I'm more likely to do it the next day. But if I have a break, that's when I'm more likely to not do it again. Which is one thing I have to be really careful of, because if I, like say, do a workout 7 days a week, obviously you need rest days. But I find if I do a workout, say like Tuesday, Wednesday, if I then have a rest, Thursday, I'm going to be less likely to want to do a workout, because I didn't do it the day before, even if my body's rested for it. But it's kind of weird. It's like if it's not in my routine, I struggle with it, but so that's one thing I've got to be quite careful of. Which is why when I do plan to do videos, I always have to plan when I'm going to do them again as well. So if I plan to do 2-3 videos in a day, then take the next couple of days off, I have to make sure to plan when I'm next doing videos, otherwise I will potentially not do videos for a while. And obviously that wouldn't be good, would it? So I just always try and make sure I keep everything planned, structured, and then stick to it. Which is always the golden rule, is actually sticking to whatever you plan, so. But, saying that, so far, I have been doing quite well with keeping consistent, because I don't think I've missed an upload yet. And I've been uploading for like 6 months, I think now, daily, so I believe it'd be going quite well. I mean, there has been days I've been close, to be fair, but I've still always managed to get a video out. But burnout can also affect many other things, though. I know one thing is if you've got a lot of stress going on, that will make you burn out, because stress is exhausting to begin with. Stress is probably one of the, I'm not going to say the worst things your body can have, but one of the least fun things, I would say. There isn't like harm, like straight away dangerous, I guess. Can't remember the word I was looking for, but yeah. Like, so the thing itself won't do much to you, but the effects it has is actually awful. So trying to limit stress, or just how you manage stress, can also help burn out as well, so. But again, stress is something you're probably always going to have at some point though, so sometimes you're better off just kind of accepting it and then just moving on from it. This dude's kind of gone a bit battered. Yeah, okay, dude was good. But yeah, burnout, the main thing, I'd say just try and keep in a positive mindset and just kind of plan ahead a bit. Because if you feel yourself getting a bit burnt out, which sometimes you will, sometimes you won't, it all depends on how it is you, I guess. Try and plan ahead so if you can take a break. Because the massive important thing, sometimes you do just need to take a break. And then once you've taken the break, you can get back on track and then just continue forward. Obviously it does help if you enjoy the things you're doing as well, but that's not always the case for a lot of people, so. But yeah. I would say just try and kind of just find something you enjoy. Like, I know a lot of people have animals and stuff, or like pets, and if you get a bit stressed burnt out, go spend some time with them, or with your kids, or with whatever other like distraction, or not distraction, any sort of like other hobbies, I would say. Not the kids and pets really hobbies, but like the same thing. Any sort of other important things you've got to deal with, go and spend time with them and stuff. But then it isn't so much going to burn you out. Shouldn't do it anyway, I should hope not. But I mean, animals are amazing, so. Yeah, because I do find that one of the other things that can help me quite a lot is literally just sometimes, even if I'm being like healthy with like workouts and stuff, if I feel myself getting a bit burnt out, I will get a takeaway or something, just because something about it, just, it feels kind of good, I guess, for you, like, I don't know what, it's just satisfying, I guess. And if once I've got that in me, I'm then less likely to be burnt out because I kind of like treated myself. That's nothing, just treat yourself properly. As long as you're doing work and working your ass off, treating yourself, for me, I don't have any issue with, so. And I find if you're constantly like working, stressed, and you don't treat yourself, then it's kind of a bit not really like good for your body, is it? Because if you've got a kid, yeah, and if you see a kid working really hard, you would encourage them by giving them a break or giving them something like as a reward for their efforts. But I find as people get older, they kind of stop doing that a lot. So like, if you've been like really busy dealing with stress, work, whatever it could be, you are allowed to like treat yourself, reward yourself with whatever you deem as a reward sort of thing. And then that should help stop and reduce the burnout because you're actually getting rewards from it. And then it's not just constant like stress and pressure. Which also pressure is another thing that can really mess you up. Like, if you've got a lot of pressure on your job or whatever, then you'll get more likely to be burnt out because the stress is going to be higher probably, so. But yeah, it's kind of all just about managing it, which is, there's not really an easy way. Some people say that meditation's useful, which could be, but I'm not going to give advice on that because I don't really know too much about meditation as a whole, not from personal experience anyway. So, but meditation can be good, yoga can also be good, which I guess also comes under exercising. But exercising I do think would probably be the most useful, as it was for me, because I find rather than getting like stressed about work or whatever, you then do a workout, you use up a lot of that like mental stress, and then you kind of are in a better place afterwards. Might be more tired though, but mentally you're in a much more better place. And also, if you are particularly like frustrated about stuff or whatever, it gets rid of that quite well as well, because you exert that energy, then you're kind of too tired to be frustrated, so it does kind of help. But honestly, you can also find a workout doesn't have to be any specific thing either. It could be, if you like boxing, which is my go-to, it's very useful to keep you like relaxed and exercised, I guess. Or you could do like dancing or basically any sort of activity can also be included as like exercise. Or even just going for a walk can be incredibly useful and like just good for your mind, health, everything. Which I do try and go for walks fairly often. Just because the more you walk, you get to go outside, you get to see a bit of nature and stuff. It's wonderful for you. As some people say, go and touch some grass, it's very good for you. But yeah, I find with burnout, it's like you can kind of, once you learn the basics for how to avoid and how your body responds to it, it then becomes a lot easier to deal with. So just with time, keep working at it and you'll get there. Because I mean, if you were to ask me a year ago I'll say, if I was able to upload like videos for like 5 months straight every day, consistently, I would have said no, because I would have got burnt out. Or I think the longest I've done before this channel was probably like 3 weeks, maybe a month at best. That's about all I could ever manage, and that's when I had everything perfect. Because I remember when just after I left school, I made a channel ages ago, and I was like, yeah sure, I've got nothing else to do because I've got like 6 weeks holiday, nothing's happening, so I figured I'll just make a bunch of videos. But I ended up getting burnt out in about 2 weeks, and I was like, well, that was literally the optimal time, because I had no responsibility, stress, none of that. But I still got burnt out because I don't know how. I wasn't prepared for it, I guess. Which then, when I made this channel, I always knew what to expect because I'd already failed a bunch of times leading up to it, so that's why with this one I've been able to upload daily. I don't really get overloaded or burnt out or stressed. Granted, there are days where I'm a little bit like, I don't want to say like burnt out, but on the verge of it. So when I have them days, I just make sure to schedule a couple of videos ahead and then take a couple days off to just chill, do what I want, do other things, whatever kind of can interest me rather than make videos. And I find with that, you can then get a good balance. And then with time, you then become back ready to do the thing you burn out on. And you can literally get burnt out with anything, which is the thing I find kind of weird, so. Because I mean, and even some people, like for instance, if you are watching TV shows and stuff, if you were to binge a bunch of them, like any TV show that comes out, you just binge it. After a while, you didn't get burnt out of that. You could really enjoy them all. Or like, I watch anime quite a lot. That's something where, when I first started, I watched like, I'd spend all night watching an entire season of something. And nowadays, if I was to do that, I would get burnt out quite easily. I still have times where I do that, but it's a lot rarer nowadays, whereas I was doing it for a decent amount of time. At least a good few months of just constant binge watching. Which, honestly, looking back, no idea how I used to do it, because that to me is kind of crazy. So I think now, taking a more kind of like calculated approach, I'll say. So I know you don't have everything planned out, but you kind of have general ideas of when you start feeling burnout, you have another go-to, and then you just don't have to think so much. So I think that's the other thing, is a lot of people typically think a bit too much. And I don't just mean that like using the brain too much, because if anything, there's a lack of that going on this day and age, but like, I think to me, like, your brain does have to make a lot of choices, and a lot of people can get burnt out from just having to make choices all the time. So if you can limit some of the more easier stuff, then you won't have to think about so many other things, then you can open up your brain to think about other things, which then might lead you to getting less stressed, less burnt out. So, which can probably help, I would assume. Because I mean, I don't think that much about stuff these days. So. It's like, for instance, if you got a job interview or something, some people say get your clothes out before, or like get your clothes out before you go to bed, get your bag organised, get everything all organised in the morning. All you got to do is wake up and go, and then that's a lot easier than having to get everything organised and actually be like have to get yourself ready and up and stuff, and then go to something you might not be in the best of moods for to begin with anyway, so. Which I guess could also apply to school, work, whatever your thing is, so. But yeah, just kind of, again, it's all to do with planning, I think, realistically. If you just plan to expect to be burnt out at some point, you can basically stop yourself ever getting burnt out, because the second you start feeling it a bit, you just know how to give yourself a break, essentially. Which is kind of the only thing you need to do, is just have a break. But sometimes you've got to make space for the break, which in itself can make you burn out. It's like if I was to take a week off making any sort of videos or anything, I wouldn't want to miss a week of not uploading. So I'd probably just start recording a couple in advance and then just wouldn't have to worry about them for a while, so therefore I could have a nice break if I wanted to, and you guys would still get videos daily, so kind of a win-win, and I wouldn't get stressed or burnt out from doing it either. As long as I give myself enough time. Like if I said by next week I've got to have like 2-3 weeks worth of videos done, that would be a little much. But if I started like 3 months ago, it wouldn't be an issue. Because I could just record 1 or 2 a day, and then over time it would add up. Then I'd have a massive lead. I wouldn't have to concern myself making videos for a while. And then I could take the break I need. And obviously you can apply that to whatever work or job you have, if possible. It all depends what your work is realistically. If you work for yourself, it's a lot easier, so. But obviously, or you can just do stuff ways to manage it. So on your day off, for instance, just treat yourself to whatever you want to do. Whether that's just literally lie in bed all day and sleep, or watch a bunch of TV shows, or go out and have fun, or do whatever you find enjoyable, I guess. Then that will really help with the burnout as well. And you will find with time, you'll probably become a lot more used to it as well. But yeah. But yeah, I hope this has kind of been helpful. Obviously, I know these rambles aren't exactly my usual content, but I'm trying to expand out a little bit as well. And it might help some people. But I will say, talking like about a topic just off the top of my head is not typically my strong point. Hence why this video is probably all over the place. But I'm hoping it's to be expected by the title, because if I put Ramble in it, you should know it's not planned out. So, but yeah, I do hope you've all enjoyed this video. If you have, hit the like button, and if you want to see more as well, let me know what you want me to like ramble about, because I do have some struggle thinking of ideas for stuff. It's actually going to be like somewhat interesting to people or useful or whatever. So if you've got any other ideas you want me to like ramble about, let me know, and I'll probably get around to doing them. But yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed, and I shall see you all next time. Peace.